Premium comes in various fashions in the automotive world, whether it be a two-door coupe, a four-door luxury sedan, or, well, even the silhouette of a truck. The best part about it, well, in this bad boy, you can do about anything you want. Take your friends with you, and while you're at it, have a little bit of fun. Now, when you think of Premium, you're probably thinking of, well, flashy rims at the four corners, low-profile tires, great sleek lines, and a lot of plush leather on the inside. But Premium, this particular model, means it's off-road prowess, pretty much coming with all the bells and whistles to play in the dirt. Now, specifically, this is the 2019 GMC Sierra AT4, the all-terrain side of GMC that pretty much rather get in the mud and the muck versus fitting in at the country club. Now, certainly it'll go anywhere you want it, but definitely show up with some, well, dirty tires and some mud slinging on the side. Now, when you buy a vehicle or even look at them, a lot of times it sounds like a newspaper boy yelling out extra, extra, extra. It just seems like one option just adds to the next. But what I found here on the AT4, well, pretty much that all-terrain comes standard, most notably with the 2-inch lift, the monotube shock absorbers, the downhill descent, and I can go on, but, well, plenty of options that, well, just come standard. Now, what I like is also standard is the good old Sierra size. They didn't reinvent the silhouette, but pretty much made sure what they needed to do fit in this equation. Now, overall, what you're going to see is about 231 inches, wheelbase around about 147. Now, those are decent numbers that truly stretch out, and with, well, the added lift, what you're going to see is about 6.5 feet tall overall, 81 inches wide. Now, it seems a little bit kind of nerve-wracking for the novice, but, well, with the multitude of cameras you have on this vehicle, we can easily take your time and, well, wedge this vehicle about anywhere you want to go. For any premium vehicle, you're going to expect heads to turn and people, well, wanting to peek inside. But for trucks, I pretty much get the good old boy wave, love the truck, and everyone moves on. But pretty much when they saw this vehicle, the AT4 badged on the side and, well, those tires at the four corners, everyone wanted to know just a little bit more. Now, specifically what we have here is Goodyear Wrangler Duratec tires, specifically 275/65, wrapping the 18-inch wheel. This got the most attention. Better yet, though, it didn't give me any notice there on the inside, specifically with the expected road harshness or noise that you get with a little bit more aggressive tire. Just didn't notice it. Now, it could be because the, well, the great engine here got my notice first, or, well, the soundproof cabin that definitely seals out the outside elements. So if the aggressive exterior didn't draw people in, the next big conversation piece had to be this rear tailgate. And for months, people have been asking me, have you tested this out? How is it? And finally, when this vehicle arrived, everyone got to test it out firsthand. Now, if you haven't seen this for yourself, really easy to operate. First off, dual cameras back here, nice bird's eye view for trailering, as well as looking straight back. Also, when it comes to releasing, 2 electronic releases. Now, what you have first is the lower release. That's going to lower it in one traditional manner. That also can be found on the key fob. Nice, easy release. Now, the best part is what's laying right here. Now, basically, to release that, what you want to do is go to the middle, press the upper button, and that's going to release this part here. Now, there's two forms that really work out. Basically, being able to get closer, grab items, otherwise that you'd be way back here, not able to reach it. But the next big feature is pressing this and lowering this step. That's going to allow you to have a lot of ease of ingress, specifically with things in your hand and so on. Better yet, there's a nice grab bar right here that locks into place. That's pretty much going to allow you to come up, grab this, and easily enter into this rear tailgate, an area that really no other vehicle can match like GMC. So with the tailgate laid down in its traditional manner, one thing I do like is the GMC does come with these outer niches on the bumper, really allow you to grab right here and ease into the vehicle. That's even something some of the competition's not doing very well by not delivering that little niche. Now, some do have a step that you kind of angle out from underneath the bumper, step in, just one more step. This particular niche makes it so much natural to climb inside. Now, as for the spray bed liner, really nice, innovative. The walls on the interior really been pushed out about as far as they can go, give you about as much cargo space as you can imagine. Also back here, you will find a nice plug adapter, traditional household outlet, turn on the inside. This allows you to do any type of work or operations with your plug and play type of devices. Cameras are the name of the game here on the AT4, basically to make this vehicle feel so much smaller. Now, they have the two at the back I mentioned earlier, here on the side mirrors as well as in the front, not to mention the one there at the top of the roof line. But one last one I always tend to forget about is there on the rear view mirror. What's great about that is if you have a lot of people here in the second row or even cargo that's blocking that back window, flip the little lever. That's going to give you a camera that allows you to look out the back as if it's, well, streaming what's going on behind your vehicle. Now, what I also like is just the ingress with the trucks these days. No longer is it cumbersome, but instead just as easy as hitting your elbow here on the button. Just simply press right there, unlocks everywhere with ease. Better yet, here on the Sierra is pretty much they give those access points at every door. Just seems standard for any vehicle to do that, but you'd be amazed that it's just not delivered like that on every vehicle. But instead, GMC makes it so easy to lock this vehicle up or unlock it just the same. Now, I mentioned earlier that there's a lot of standard features on this AT4, but after all, there are some upgrades that can take this vehicle to the next level. Most notable being the AT4 Performance Package. Now, it costs around about $5,000 and adds those tires I mentioned earlier, but also specifically some enhancements here to the 6.2 liter V8 engine. Now, that's going to be about an extra 15 horses and 9 extra foot-pounds of torque. Now, those numbers are respectively around 435 horses and 469 foot-pounds. Now, what that really equates to is just a little bit extra boot, scoot, and boogie, and what's even better is it matches nicely with that exhaust there at the back end. Now, lastly is the transmission is coupled to a 10-speed automatic. Now, the outside has off-road worthiness with the inside having premium luxury in the form of a touchscreen system all the way down to all the creature comforts. Now, first off, really is the Mylink System, has everything you expect, really at barely an arm stretch away. Nice shortcuts here on the audio side, shortcuts down below to find your various functions as well as a home button if you get lost. Nice symmetry when it comes to volume and tune select as well as menu functions, and barely minimal buttons when it comes to overall operation. Now, as you scroll down, you will find dual climate controls up front. Everything really, again, still relates to the controls up top, but you can pretty much turn this, dial in your specific temperatures, various modes in the middle. Somewhat of a small knob when it comes to fan speed, but it operates quite well. Lastly is the various buttons down below when it comes to heated and cooled seats for both front occupants, as well as all these various functions from lane awareness, parking sensors, auto feature when it comes to the engine. This pretty much allows the engine to shut down when you come to a stop. I sometimes turn this off just so I don't have to, well, get startled again when it cranks back up. This releases the rear tailgate. That's helpful, of course, because many people probably won't know how to operate it, so you're going to want to release that, as well as multiple other functions over here. Way down low on the dash, you're going to find some other operations to connectivity, basically USB, USB-C, traditional car plug outlet, as well as a household outlet. What's even better is down below is a great area to store your devices. Now, this is really the wireless charging system tons of vehicles are coming with. Even better, this is really allowing you to, well, pretty much put any size phone there because it gives you tons of space. Now, I tested it out with the good old phone I have. Really works out well. It'll tell you in just a second that it's charging because you'll hear a ding, and boom, there's charging. Pretty much leave it there. And if you're Bluetoothing, pretty much you don't need to interact with it anyway. Now, this vehicle does have a heads-up display, very colorful, and has tons of information. Now, you can control it pretty much right here to the left of the steering wheel by hitting the center button with the info. Gives you the digital readout for speed, as well as your cardinal directions, and just a bunch of other stuff of the modes that the vehicle's in, from when it comes to two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, and the articulation of the vehicle, what degree it's pitching and all that. Really nice and innovative there on the window. For the gauge clutch, you're going to find a standard analog tach and speedometer, but a nice digital readout in the middle with tons of information. Now, you can change that on the fly by simply using the controls on the steering wheel, allow you to really navigate with these, really going through everything you could possibly think of, and just simply use the toggle to scroll up and down. Traditional stack of controls here on the left side, everything from four-wheel drive to your cargo lamp, as well as your various functions when it comes to your traditional headlights. Now, what I do like is this is auto bright, basically meaning you can set it here on the left side, and as you go down the road, it will sense that vehicles are coming to you, turn them off. Just a nice feature that helps, well, minimize blinding oncoming traffic. When it comes to legroom numbers, pretty much equal, 45 inches in the front, 43 for backseat drivers. What I also like is pretty much this wall-to-wall rubber cladding when it comes to protecting the interior, especially if you get in the mud and the muck. You don't want anything touching the carpet. Now, when it comes to function back here, nice full bench all the way across. It is split about an 80-20, really nice and easy to use. You do have these tuck-away hidden compartments here as well. on both sides. Really like to kind of put some items in here if you need to. Lastly is just the operation. Real easy. Once again, simply pull there. That's going to open this up, really giving you a decent cargo area should you need to get things out of the elements. Now, if you need to put it back down, just simply pull on it really hard and it comes right down. That does it for this edition of Road Warrior, and a test drive behind the wheel of the 2019 GMC Sierra AT4 edition, a vehicle that reinvents what premium should look like in the truck market, giving you an aggressive exterior and getting rid of all the bling and chrome that, well, I've come to expect, especially when it comes to the four corners. Really subdued look with nice aggressive tires, really contrasting my typical mindset of low profile tires and, well, country club-esseness. This instead really has a lot of rubber cladding, really nice elevated lift, plenty of room for everybody and my friends, and don't forget it really turns heads. Pretty much everyone who wants to see it at a glance definitely wants to get up close. Now, as always, thanks for watching this edition of Road Warrior. Keep both hands on the wheel and eyes straight ahead.